Hello and welcome back. Before we get into the advanced data structures or algorithm, or before we solve any of the problems which we have on the coding platforms such as the lead code, we need to solve some of the fundamental programming questions which will give you a strong base, or you can say strong foundation. Also, to explain you the time and space complexity, I want you to know some fundamental questions so that I can take that into consideration in order to explain you the concept of time and space complexity. So before we solve any of the problem on hacker rank or the lead code, we need to solve some important programming questions which are very fundamental, which you should be knowing it. Fine. So the first program happens to be to find out factorial of a number. What do you mean by factorial of a number? Any number, all the positive numbers I am referring to. Suppose if someone asks you, tell me the factorial of 2. The factorial of 2 is nothing but the product of 2, which is 1 into 2. If someone says, what is the factorial of 3? Factorial of 3 is 1 into 2 into 3. What is the factorial of 4? Factorial of 4 is 1 into 2 into 3 into 4. Whatever is the result, that is the factorial of 4. Whatever is the result we get here, that is the factorial of 3. And whatever result we get here, that will be the factorial of 2. Right now, we could able to write down easily. I want this to be done by my machine. That means I may have to write a code. I may have to program it. Let's try to write the program directly and try to understand that. I would like to open my Eclipse IDE. These foundational programming questions are very, very crucial and you may have to know it. Fine. So since I want to take the user input, you know very well, we may have to create the instance of scanner class I am creating here. After which I would like to just enter system.out.println and I would like to just give one message here. Kindly enter the number, any number, whatever number my user will enter, and I have to, give the factorial of that number. I would like to just to make it a little realistic. I would like to write down one code here. Maybe I'll say here factorial finding application. All right. Now, whatever my user will enter the number, I will store inside a variable called as number variable by telling scan.nextInt. Scan.nextInt. Right now, it is just a user input which we have been writing it. So we have not yet got into the actual logic. I'll say here scan.nextInt. Great. I have got it here. Fine. So I have collected the number from the console into my Java program. So whatever number we have here, I may have to give factorial of that number. If it is 4, then 1 into 2 into 3 into 4. That is a program. That is the logic I have to write here. There are two approaches actually. Number one happens to be the recursive approach. You can use the concept of recursion, or you can go with iterative approach by writing a normal loop. Again, the recursive approach we will see once we get into the concept of recursion. But right now it is very fundamental. I would like to go with the iterative approach, which is loops. I hope all of you are already comfortable with the loops. If not, please do watch the concept of loops and pattern programming and get well versed with the loops before you get into this basic programming questions. Now, what I'm going to do is I'll create one variable here, which is factorial. You can create any variable name. You can give any name here. You can give result or whatever name you want. I have given it as factorial. It is not predefined word or any reserve word or keyword. You can give any name in place of factorial. So I'm just giving just a relevant name. That's it. And I would like to store it as 1 first itself, because I'm going to find out the factorial of all the positive numbers. Even the factorial of 0 is 1, factorial of 1 is 1. I'm not going to get into the negative numbers. All the positive numbers, factorial is what we are trying to find out here. Now, iterative approach, loop approach. So what I'm going to do is I'll say for, I want to start my loop from number 1 and I want to go up to whatever my user is entering. That many iterations I want to do. That means this activity of multiplying, I want to do that many times. How much ever is the number. I'll say here I plus plus. One by one I may have to increment. Now what I'm going to do is whatever this variable is there, where I will store the actual results at the end of the program. What is the final results? Factorial equals to, I will say factorial into I. You know very well the I value will start from 1 and it will keep on incrementing how much ever number we have inside this variable. If you know the fundamentals of loops also. Example, if you give here 4, then here we have 4. That means this loop will loop for iterate for 4 times. That means 1 will become 2, 2 will become 3, 3 will become 4. Fine. So now factorial, right now we have 1. We'll try to understand that also. Then we have I. If you have given here 1, my user has entered 1 here. So what will be there here? 1. So you are starting from 1, I value is 1 here, less than 1, I plus plus later. You know how loops work. It is the first part, then we have the second part, then the third part is the body of the loop, then we have the update here. Finally, let me just give the result before I try to explain you also. If you have any issues in this very basic program here, I'll say here the factorial of number, I would like to just go and add this here as number plus is, I'll say is. I would like to just add the end result. End result will be maybe whatever we have inside this variable. Same thing we can write in a better way also. Example, we have seen the concept of the compound assignment operator. So what we can do here is same thing I can write in this way also by using the compound assignment operators which we have seen it. I will say here, symbol, and I will say here I. That means whatever we do here, same thing will be done here also. If not, please do watch one of the video which we have in our playlist called as compound assignment operators in Java. You will get better idea. This is equivalent to this. So let me just run the program. Then we will try to understand here. I would like to run this program here. And the moment if I run the program, you are getting the console factorial finding application. Kindly enter the number. I will enter the number here. We are getting the result. The factorial of number 4 is 24. Again, if I have to run, maybe kindly enter the number 1. The factorial of number 1 is number 1. Kindly enter the number 2. The factorial of number 2 is 2 because 1 into 2 is 2. 1 into 2 into 3. Again, maybe kindly enter the factorial of number 3. If I just have to enter this, you can see we are getting. Maybe let me just enter 3. The factorial of number 3 is 6 because 1 into 2 into 3 is equal to 6. Fine, we are getting the result here. Very basic application. If you want, let me just write down the same code inside my, board work and I'll try to explain. If not, you have already understood, those who know the fundamentals. Maybe those who don't know some of the fundamentals, I would like to explain you by writing down on my board. All right. So I'd like to go back and give them as white color. Now let's try to understand this particular program here. Fine. Now, please here, I have some number, maybe number variable also we have, which my user will enter. Assume that my user has entered number 3. So inside one variable called as number, we do have 3 here. And inside one more variable, which is factorial, we do have 1. Great. I'm starting the loop with 1. 1 less than or equal to number. Less than. That means 1 is less than or equal to, my end user has entered the number as 3. The condition is true. It will go inside this. Now you are multiplying that I. I means right now the value of I is 1. Right now the value of I is 1, which is 1 into, inside the factorial we have a number called as 1. And total result you are storing back inside the same variable, which is 1. Again, I plus plus, I value will be incremented to 2. Fine. Again, you're checking the condition. Is 2 less than the or equal to number? Yes. Control will go inside this. And again, what is the current factorial value? Which is 1. 1 into, what is the value of I? I value is 2. 1 into 2 is 2, that you are storing back inside this factorial variable, which is 2. Again, I plus plus, I value will become 3. Again checking, is 3 less than or equal to 3? Yes, condition is satisfied. Go inside this loop. And again, the current value of factorial is the 2 into, what is the value of I? I value is 3. 2 into 3, which is of course 6, and 6 you are storing back inside this variable. Making sense? Now inside this factorial variable we have 6. Again, I plus plus, I will become 4, And now again you're checking, is 4 less than or equal to 3? Condition fails, control comes out of the loop, and you're printing the number, the factorial number of n, which is whatever my end user has entered 3, is what is the result we have finally inside the factorial variable, which is 6. Very basic program. It is self-explanatory program if you just understand the concept of basic loops. Making sense? Now, if you have any ambiguity, you can rewatch the entire video. Similar to this, we will understand few more easy basic programming questions so that our foundations are strong before we try to get into some of the problems which we have on the coding platforms. Fine.